There is something deeply misunderstood in today's world. When people think about power, when they think about status, when they think about what makes a human being impressive, their minds instantly jump to the surface level things. A fat bank account, expensive cars, a sculpted body, designer clothes, muscles that look like they've been carved from stone. People scroll through social media and measure greatness by these external trophies, as if wealth or biceps alone could define the strength of a person. But let me tell you the truth. None of those things are the real flex. The real power, the rarest strength of all, is discipline. And once you understand this, your entire perspective on success, happiness, and greatness changes forever. Discipline is invisible in the way money is visible. You can't park discipline in a driveway. You can't flex it on Instagram, and you can't show it off in a mirror. Yet discipline quietly builds everything people chase after. The money you want, built by discipline. The muscles you admire, crafted by discipline. The career, the respect, the influence, all born from discipline. Without it, everything else crumbles, no matter how shiny it looks at first glance. You see, muscles can fade, money can disappear, looks can change, but discipline, if mastered, becomes unshakable. It's the one thing nobody can take from you, the one power that can weather every storm. But here's the problem. Society doesn't glorify discipline. It glorifies results. It praises the millionaire but rarely talks about the years of boring, consistent sacrifice it took to build that fortune. It admires the shredded body but ignores the thousands of disciplined decisions, the skipped desserts, the early mornings in the gym that carved it. Because results are flashy and discipline is silent. Results are glamorous. Discipline is often uncomfortable. This is why so many people chase results without ever developing the discipline behind them, and that is why they fail. Let me explain. Imagine two people decide they want to be fit. The first one buys supplements, gym clothes, maybe even posts motivational quotes online. For 2 weeks, they're on fire, working out hard. But then the spark fades, motivation dies, life gets busy, and slowly they return to old habits. The second person, however, doesn't care about being flashy. They wake up early even when it's raining. They hit the gym when it's the last thing they want to do, and they choose healthy meals even when temptation screams louder. Slowly, quietly, consistently, they transform. Who do you think actually gets the results? Not the loud one, the disciplined one. Because discipline beats motivation, it beats excitement, it beats temporary hype. Discipline is the real game. The lack of discipline is the root of so many problems people face. Think about it. Why do people stay stuck in jobs they hate? Because they lack the discipline to learn new skills and invest time in building something better. Why do people sabotage their own health? Because they lack the discipline to say no to unhealthy habits. Why do relationships fail, dreams die, and potential is wasted? Because without discipline, consistency vanishes. And without consistency, nothing grows. A person without discipline becomes a slave to impulses, to moods, to distractions. They live reactively, not intentionally. And that is a dangerous way to live. Before we move on, if this message is hitting you, do me one favor. Like this video and subscribe. That small action helps this channel grow, and more importantly, it helps others find the strength to change their lives. Thank you. Let's keep going. Here's the hidden truth. The strongest person in any room is not the one with the loudest voice, the biggest paycheck, or the best genetics. The strongest person is the one who has mastered themselves. Self-control, self-mastery, the ability to command your own actions regardless of how you feel in the moment. That is true power. Because when you own yourself, nothing else can own you. Not laziness, not temptation, not fear. That is the ultimate flex. Doing what needs to be done, even when nobody is watching, even when you don't feel like it. But here's the good news. You can build discipline. You don't have to be born with it. Discipline is like a muscle. The more you practice it, the stronger it grows. And you don't need to start with giant leaps. Start small. Wake up 10 minutes earlier than usual and stick with it. Say no to one thing today that doesn't serve your goals. Show up to your work, your studies, your craft, even when you don't feel like it. Each small victory stacks on top of the last, creating momentum. Over time, those little acts of discipline compound into extraordinary results. The body transforms, the bank account grows, the skills sharpen, and suddenly, people look at you and say, "Wow, you're lucky." But it's not luck. It's discipline, executed day after day. The mistake most people make is waiting for motivation. Motivation is unreliable. It's like a guest that shows up late, leaves early, and can't be trusted. If you rely on motivation to carry you, you'll always stop when things get hard. But discipline doesn't care about feelings. Discipline says, do it anyway. Discipline is the quiet soldier inside you that never betrays you if you train it well. And ironically, when you stop chasing motivation and embrace discipline, you end up creating results that motivate you naturally. But the order matters. First discipline, then results, then motivation follows. Discipline is also the great equalizer. You might not have been born with wealth. You might not have the best genetics. You might not have connections or advantages. But if you have discipline, you can outlast and outperform people who had everything handed to them. Talent loses to discipline when talent refuses to work hard. Connections fade when the person with none of them shows relentless consistency. Even intelligence alone means little if it's not backed by disciplined execution. Discipline allows the underdog to rise, because consistency over time destroys excuses. And think about this. The world is noisy. Distractions are everywhere. Social media, entertainment, endless scrolling, quick dopamine hits. It's all designed to pull your attention away from what truly matters. The average person is enslaved by these distractions. They waste years chasing nothing. But the disciplined person, they break free. They focus. They do the hard things others avoid. And in a world where everyone is distracted, focus becomes a superpower. That's why discipline stands out more than ever. It's not just strength. It's rebellion against a culture of laziness and instant gratification. Are you feeling stuck, distracted, or burnt out? It's time to break free. I suggest you read The Art of Being Unstoppable. This book is your blueprint to sharpen your mind, master your emotions, and reclaim control of your life. Inside, you'll unlock powerful tools for focus, flow, resilience, and purpose, so you can rise above chaos and step into your highest potential. Stop surviving and start dominating. Become who you were meant to be. The link is in the description below if you want to check it out. So what's the solution for you? Start by realizing that discipline is not punishment. It's not deprivation. It's not about living a boring, joyless life. Discipline is freedom. Freedom from regret. Freedom from weakness. Freedom from being controlled by impulses. Every act of discipline is an investment in your future self. Every sacrifice today creates a reward tomorrow. And the truth is, nothing feels better than looking in the mirror and knowing you did what you said you would do. Nothing feels better than knowing you can trust yourself. That trust in yourself, that self-respect, is the greatest flex of all. Now imagine if you decided to fully embrace discipline. Imagine if every day, no matter how you felt, you showed up for your goals. Imagine what your body would look like in a year. Imagine the skills you would master. Imagine the money you would save, the opportunities you would create, the respect you would earn. Imagine the kind of person you would become. Not someone who needs to brag about money or muscles, but someone who radiates power because they have self-control. That's the ultimate transformation. Discipline doesn't happen overnight. It happens in stages of perfection. First, you fail. Then you try again. You fall short, but you stand back up. You struggle, but each time you resist giving up, you're building strength. Over weeks, over months, discipline begins to harden into habit, and eventually, it becomes who you are. At that stage, discipline no longer feels like a burden. It feels natural. And once you've reached that level, life becomes a playground. Because when you can discipline yourself to do anything, there are no limits to what you can achieve. So let the world flex their cars, their clothes, their muscles. Let them chase likes and applause. The real flex is this: going to bed knowing you conquered yourself today. The real flex is waking up tomorrow with unstoppable momentum. Discipline is the crown that never fades, the treasure that can't be stolen, the ultimate power that will carry you through every storm. If you want respect, if you want results, if you want freedom, stop chasing the noise and start mastering yourself. Because money fades, muscles fade, but discipline is forever. If you made it all the way here, drop a mind emoji in the comments. I want to see how many of you finish what you start. Thank you for watching. Take care, keep growing, and remember, day by day, step by step, we rise. Together we are unstoppable.